Hello. Welcome to my channel. My name is Jonna. This is Jonna OMG. Today I will be reviewing Love and Marriage Huntsville. I believe we're on like season 6 at this point, so I'm a little late to the game, but nevertheless, here we are. So this show is just about like business couple and friends. Some people like it in real estate, skincare. They just have a lot of different businesses around Huntsville, Alabama. So we have Kimmy and Maurice, they're married. Letitia and Marceau, and then Maurice and Marceau are brothers, right? I think I got that right. Stormy and Courtney, Tiffany and Lewis, and then Melody and Martell, who are divorced. So, but we'll get into the dynamics of the relationships further down the line. So let's go ahead and get started. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I have a little cute little cappuccino cup. I thought it was so cute. My cousin gave it to me. Okay, let's get started. So episode 1. So this is going to be episode 1 and 2. I'm going to go ahead and combine them because nothing crazy and dynamic happened too much in these first 2 episodes. So it's enough to combine. So the first episode was called A Holts and a Prayer. Which I thought was cute. So opening intro, everyone was in purple. I thought that was really cute. Melody absolutely killed it. I mean, I just love her style. Like, she killed it. She kind of like shamed everybody else because she looked so good. So anyway, so Melody went to check on Kimmy. Kimmy's married to Maurice. I'm still trying to understand the relationships myself. But anyway, so if you watch the show, Kimmy has been diagnosed with cancer. So she mentioned that she has one more chemo treatment left. And then the next step is surgery. And the next step from there is going to be radiation. So Kimmy wants to throw a party in celebration and making it past chemo. Melody agrees to plan it all, even though Melody knows she don't even want to invite half of the people that Kimmy is actually friends with. So I was like, why did she agree to throw this girl a party when she don't even like half these people? So let's see how that goes. Let's see how it's going to be received, rather, when she gets to calling these people on Kimmy's behalf. So next we move on to Martell, who is the ex-husband of Melody. So he's getting a facial, and then his mom comes in. So if y'all remember from past season, if you're familiar with the show, Martell is dating Sheree Whitfield, honey. Yes, Sheree from Real Housewives of Atlanta. What kind of love connection is that? I mean, Sheree really knows how to pick them. And don't get me wrong, Martell is a good-looking man, but he cheated on his wife and had a baby. So I'm just like, child, Sheree, you know how to pick them. Here we go from Tyrone, and now we going to Martell. Like, anyway. I really just think it's clout from the both of them, honestly. Like, Sheree's storyline last season was all about She by Sheree, which was pretty much now, I think, a flop. I don't think anybody is buying She by Sheree at this point. And Martell only storyline is him and Melody. So I think this was a way to spark up some interest from both parties. Like, you got Real Housewives of Atlanta people now tuning in to Love and Marriage Huntsville, and then Love and Marriage Huntsville people tuning in to Real Housewives of Atlanta to try to figure out what's going on between Sheree and Martell, honey. But anyway. So, but Martell calls Sheree his good friend. Like, but production calls Sheree his girlfriend. So I'm like, what is it? And all throughout this episode, he wasn't really like saying Sheree was his woman. Like, he was just like, yeah, we're friends, we're getting to know each other, Sheree's cool people or whatever. I was just like, okay, you're downplaying it. I wonder if Sheree is saying that same tune. We'll see when Real Housewives of Atlanta comes back on, I'm sure. So Martell does say that and I think he's talking to his mom at this point. Yeah, he's talking to his mom. He wants a better co-parent relationship with Melody. I just still feel like Melody is upset, which I can't deny and say that I wouldn't be either. She's upset and angry at Martell for cheating on her. And I think it's more than just the cheating. I think if it was just cheating, I think they would have been able to get past it. But the fact that he had a baby on her, it's like, honestly, that baby is probably like a constant reminder of the infidelity. So I'm sure it's hard to move past. So I don't think she really wants to forgive, or she doesn't know how to forgive Martell at this point. And you can tell, like, she really probably be taking it out on that man. Like, he don't even have her phone number. And she mentions that earlier. I was like, dang, girl, this your baby daddy and he don't even have your phone number. Like, don't he need to have it for emergencies? Y'all have like 4 young kids. Like, and none of them kids grown at this point. Next, we move on to Stormy and Courtney. And so Stormy wants another kid, but Courtney doesn't. I'm like, ooh, that's tough. That's a tough situation, tough conversation, but it needs to be had, right? So Courtney doesn't want another kid because Stormy, when she had her first child, she had major complications throughout childbirth. Like she almost, I think she almost died. So, and he doesn't want to go the surrogacy route. And then he said something about he doesn't want the kids competing. And I'm just like, okay, all in all, Courtney don't want no more kids. Or he just doesn't want to see Stormy go through what she went through in the last pregnancy. So, but bottom line, the man don't want no more kids. And he's like, I don't even know what else there is to talk about. But they do need to talk about that because y'all gonna have to get on the same page. And we seen this too with Real Housewives of Atlanta. Who was that? What's that girl name? Track star. Oh my goodness, what is her name? It's leaving me. Sonya. Oh, whew. Sonya and her husband was had this same conversation last season of Atlanta. Like she wasn't sure if she wanted another kid, but the husband didn't. So roles reversed there. The husband did at that point, so roles were reversed. But they gonna have to continue this conversation so they can get on one page because Stormy's like she wants a big family. Like they only have one kid right now. So Melody's hanging with the kids and she's starting to call people to invite them to Kimmy's party celebration. So she even calls Martell. I'm like, okay. And this is how we revealed that Martell don't even have a girl phone number. I'm like, girl, Melody, you're going to have to get over yourself a little bit. Like, you're going to have to get out of your ego a little bit. Like, your baby father should at least have your phone number. Like, how does he get in touch with you about these kids? I guess she say handle it through the court, but, ooh, that just seems... Ooh, that seems too messy. So we move back to Stormy. Stormy's mom lives in their guest house, which I'm like, I hope my mama know that's what she gonna have to do whenever I have a kid. You are coming in the guest house and you are raising this child. No, I'm just playing. She gonna have to help though. So serious. So Stormy mom do not like Melody. It is, she does not like it. She not afraid to say something. She be all on the internet, tweeting in the comment section. Talking about Melody. Y'all like Melody? I don't like her. Well, I don't know exactly what she was saying, but pretty much. So, Mel and Stormy, they haven't been talking. And, you know, Stormy doesn't really understand why. Like, she was like, they've been going, it's been months before they said something to each other. And I'm not really sure what put the friction in their relationship. So, maybe they can get back on track. But it is weird. Like, I can't imagine going months without talking to my friend. But I also don't know how close they are in friends. Like, you may say you my friend, but you really may be an associate or a coworker at this point. You know what I mean? All right, so today is the day of Kimmy's no chemo party. So it's immediately awkward when Martell walks in. And I'm just watching on the TV and I can feel the tension. So I'm just like, I know that room probably like anytime they see Martell and Melody in the same room, like, ooh, it's like a little, ooh, take a sip of your drink because it's awkward. And anyway, why did Letitia have on that red jumpsuit? Y'all, I did not. I was like, did Melody not tell her the color coordination, the color scheme? Everybody else had on like black and pink. And she come up here with like a red jumpsuit, but then she threw on a pink scarf. And I was like, girl, that's not enough. Your jumpsuit is red. Like, it's not enough. So Martell alluded to this earlier in the episode about he wanted Melody to say a prayer and wanted them to pray at like the same time. So this is the thing with them. There's always conflicting information between the both. You can never get the same story from either one of them. So Martell says that he wants Melody to pray about their co-parent relationship and how they can get, a better relationship there and get back on track. Melody says that Martell wants her to pray about them getting back together. And I'm like, see, these are the conflicting information. You can never get the same story from them two. It's like, somebody's lying. Somebody's lying. And I'm leaning on the side of Melody because Martell had a conversation with Kimmy, and he basically kind of alluded the fact that he misses Melody, like he misses his wife. He want that old thing back. So Melody kind of making more sense that Martell probably want them to get back together. So anyway, so Stormy and Mel go off to the side, and Mel told her she got a new number and that Stormy could have DM'd her. And I'm like, girl, where they do that at? If you're my friend, and if I change my number and I want my friends to have the number, I'm going to send them the number. You can still have your old contacts if you got a new phone. Even if you got a new number, you can still have your old contacts. And so you send people your new number. Melody like, girl, well, you could have DM'd me. Girl, I'm not going to DM you asking you for your number and you switched it up on me. No. How would I even have known you got a new number? You need to tell me that if I'm your friend. I'm like, Melody, girl, you got some nerves. How some she could have DM'd you? Who does that? No. Only time I DM my friends is if we sending memes and gifts and posts to one another. Like, otherwise, I'm in their inbox. What? Melody, get over yourself, girl. So I'm going to go ahead and segue. That was pretty much the end of episode 1. I'm going to go ahead and segue into episode 2. It's called You Got... No, that's the play on the words. You Scots to Chill. There are 2 couples with the last name Scots because the brothers, Maurice and Marcel. Okay. So Melody said to her, so they flashback, we're still at the no chemo party for Kimmy. So Melody says that her real friends understand when she needs a break and she needs a long time. But I'm like, I'm sure they do understand, but I'm also sure that you probably communicate to your friends when you are going on a break. I don't feel like you just disappear into thin air. I'm pretty sure you tell your friends like, hey, y'all, need some time to myself right now. Hit y'all back when I feel good again. Like, so I just really don't feel like her and Stormy are on that level because they probably just co-workers or they're just friends for the sake of the show. It don't seem like they are friends outside of the show to me. Because the way Melody acting like, oh, well, my real friends understand when I need a long time. Yeah, but how does Stormy know you just need a long time? You changed your number on her. And then you want her to go chase you around to get the new number. Like, girl, no. So I already talked about, so Kimmy and Martell have a conversation about him basically want that old thing back. Like, he misses his relationship with Melody. Like, he just misses his family. And I guess, being in the house with the kids, with the wife, like he just misses that. And Kimmy talked about how, she would find it difficult if she had to go through, this cancer process by herself or not having, her husband to lean on. And, Martell was like, yeah, that's one thing that he missed, like having somebody to, constantly lean on or be there and support. So, and I really just can't tell if Melody is truly over Martell or she just likes the fact that he kind of begs for her back. I think she likes that attention. She like plays it off because he was trying to like walk her to her car after the party was over. And she was like, no, see, you don't respect when I say that I don't need that. Like, but I'm like, girl, you was okay with that man walking you to your car. So I feel like, I'm sure there's still some love there, but I don't know. It's so up and down with Melody. You really can't tell. Like, I feel like she still, or she just likes the attention she gets from him. Maybe she doesn't love him anymore. She likes the attention. Maybe I really can't tell. I'll keep watching more and see what reveals itself. So Maurice and Kimmy do let us know at the party that the chemo did shrink the tumor, which is good. And the doctor saying that they don't see anything, but she still has to undergo surgery to like kind of clean up the area where the tumor was, just to make sure everything's copacetic. So we move on to Martell. He's meeting up with Chris Fletcher, who is a real estate broker, I think. And his wife, I can't remember the wife's name. It's going to come to me later. Neil. So Martell is saying that he isn't exclusive with anyone and he doesn't want to be tied down right now. And I'm just like, child, what is going on? Because I'm like, is Sheree saying this same tune as you? Because y'all already are making cameos in each other's shows. So I'm like, but you're not exclusively dating her. Like, you FaceTiming her. All the girls at the RHOA know you. I think, did he make a cameo? Well, I know they were already talking about his name on last reunion of RHOA. So I'm like, what y'all mean y'all not exclusive? Y'all already, what is going on? He was just saying that they enjoy each other's company. But to me, it felt like he was slick throwing shade at Sheree. So I just really don't know how this is working, like what this dynamic is. So that's why it makes me feel like it's just like for some clout stuff, because I don't know. But I'm waiting to see how Sheree describes him, because I know one of the producers are gonna ask him about gonna ask Sheree about Martell. So I can't wait to see how she describes him. If she just says they just friends. So let's just see. So anyway, Martell says him and Melody are in court because Melody has over like 20 plus babysitters and he doesn't like that, which, if that's true, it is an excessive amount of random people watching your kids. But at the reunion last season, Melody says that it was only like a handful of people that and she also told Nell this, there's only a handful of people that have actually watched her kids, and they watched her kids at her house. Like her mom, she did mention her brother, which Martell had an issue with, I think only because he was gay, which I'm like, why does that even matter? That he watching your kids because he's gay? Like, what do you think? I don't know why people think like gayness is gonna rub off on people. Like, it doesn't work like that, people. It doesn't work like that. So we move on to Letitia. Yeah. Letitia, and she's meeting up with her cousin Courtney, and they're going out for drinks. So Tisha is asking her cousin to join her brokerage. So Letitia just got her brokerage license, so she's trying to build up her team. Courtney has been working in real estate for about 5 years. So she did say she's going to consider Tisha's offer. Courtney wants to know how Tisha and their cousin Kiki can get back on track. So basically, Kiki and Melody were hanging out real tough, and Kiki was basically telling Melody, who is Letitia's arch enemy, basically telling Melody stuff about Letitia, their business, their relationship, her marriage and stuff. And Letitia was like, that's foul. You know, you my cousin at the end of the day. Why are you talking about my marriage with other people? Like, which I can understand for sure. Like, you can be friends with my enemy if you want to, but y'all better not be talking about me. But it may make you wonder, it's like, what else y'all talking about if y'all ain't talking about me? So Letitia was right in it. Like, she shouldn't have been talking about that girl marriage. But Kiki was like, oh, well, I told you everything that I said anyway. But anyway, blah, 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 blah. So Chris Fletcher's wife, Nell, and Melody go take a walk in the park. Mel says she's not dating anyone serious. I do not believe Mel. Don't believe her at all. Production says that Mel does have a man, which I do believe. Mel is so secretive. You are not going to get anything out of her about any type of boyfriend. It's just not going to happen. You're not going to get it. Yeah. And she probably just dating somebody just to make Martell jealous. Well, Martell probably wouldn't even know, honestly. She's so secretive. So I just really think she'd be trying to get on equal footing with Martell, since he's all out in the public with Sheree. They've been at the beach, honey, kissing and canoodling. Anyway, yeah, Mel and Martell, I just don't know. They just always have different stories. Like, even with the babysitter thing, we already heard different stories with the prayer. Now with the babysitting thing, Martell's like they got 20 plus babysitters. Melody's like it's a handful. Like, which one is it? You can't have 20 plus and a handful. Or what is Melody consider a handful? Like, I don't know. It's just always two different, completely different stories. It's like somebody here is lying. One of y'all are lying. I don't know who. I really can't put my finger on it. I think Martell is lying about the prayer, the intentions behind the prayer, but I just don't want to believe Melody has like 20 plus babysitters. That just seems excessive, but I do believe Mel when she says that Martell just kind of likes to control things. Like, he wants it to be in control as he was in control while they were married and in the same house, but they're not in that dynamic anymore, so things have to change. And Mel is completely independent of him now, so she don't have to listen to everything he say. Like, I don't know. But I mean, it is sad. Mel got emotions. She's just like, she never actually wanted this to happen. She always thought she would be able to see her kids every day. So I guess the agreement is she has the kids for 1 week and then Martell has the kids for another week. So they alternate weeks. So she doesn't see her kids. She only sees them like 2 weeks out the month. And same for Martell, but she doesn't see them every day. She's like, she didn't want for this to happen. It's just the reality of where they at. Next we move on to Letitia and Kiki. They went boxing, I guess, to try to get on one accord. I'm gonna have to move on because I cannot remember. I took notes and everything, but it just not resonating with me on what they even talked about. My notes don't even make any sense. So that was the end of the episode, you guys. That was episode 1 and 2 of Love and Marriage Huntsville. I'm not sure if I'll combine 3 and 4. Just depends on what juicy topics they talk about in the episode. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I don't know what that was, but see you next week.